Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is kind of going to be a little controversial, but as Wendy Williams would say,
I would ask you to respect our privacy, but please, I don't respect people's privacy. That's why I do the hot topics.
So as you guys can see, I have my coffee. It's almost gone because it's that good. So as I said before, go to the excuse me. Anywho, so as you can see by today's title, we're going to be talking about something that has really been weighing on my mind lately. As for one, a Mattel fan, obviously as someone who collects Monster High, and I was always trying to keep up with what Mattel has got going and all that, because it's very exciting as a doll collector to finally have this hype back of doll collecting, because there was a period when we didn't have all of that, when it was around the time that we had the OMGs when they had first originally came out. There were no Bratz dolls on the market, there were no Monster High dolls, we had that Wild Heart Crew thing. It was the mess, truly. And as much as I enjoyed the first kick of it when we got the repros, and then the first line of Skelectors, and then the second line, and then the third line, I loved it all. And I still do not get me wrong. However, what I do not love is the price. That is a current issue that we are all having. I get that, prices go up whenever you have this item or that item, but let's be honest here. How do you go from a 2-pack being like $60, $70 to being like $90? And the quality is the same as the first one, if not lower. Mind you, me personally, I feel, and this is obviously my perspective, and as I've already said, you don't have to respect my opinion, because I probably won't respect yours in the end, because we do live in a world where the opinions are not respected, and that's perfectly fine, because I'm still gonna be me, you still gonna be you, we all gonna live together in harmony, I suppose, or whatever the saying is. But me personally, I think that it is annoying as a fan to constantly see a release and then look at the price tag and see that it's like $70, $80, because you have that, then you have another doll coming out the next month, and then you have all the releases at Walmart and Target, and obviously you don't have to buy them all at once. But as a fan, when you look at it and see the layout of the way that these dolls are being released, it does not give us enough time as fans to breathe and really collect our thoughts, because we always feel the need to jump at it, because we obviously see how the community works and these bots that are being hooked up to these websites where they sell out, and then, we all have to resort to paying scalper prices. And so I think that falls into a part of today's title, which is why have we normalized bullying, which I will get into what that means to me in the community, also what that means looking from the perspective of a fan to a brand that I have been very, supportive of. I have bought a lot of their merch, so I think that I have the right to speak up. It just like everyone else has the right to speak up. We have to find a way to get these companies to understand that we are their fan base. If it's not for us, there would be nothing, because Mattel Creations, let's be honest here, there ain't no kids jumping up on there and buying shit. So it's us, adults. We're the ones buying it and catering to this, the raise in price. And so I think we all need to band together and either start a petition. Obviously, I know a lot of the petitions really don't do shit in the end, but I think we should start a petition and try to get the attention of the designers or the people who work for the company to see that we love these products. However, we all just can't keep, paying this price, especially for the people who don't live in the States. The price range on them dolls, whenever they go up for the people in different countries and shit, that is just disgusting. And then half the time, some of the things aren't even available to them. I think that is a very unfair situation. And we have no one to blame but Mattel. So, yeah. And so while we're on the topic of bullying, and obviously the way that I see things, I am just going to elaborate on things that I hate seeing. Obviously, once again, like I said, you don't have to agree. And if you feel different, whoop-de-doo. This is my channel. I'm going to talk about what it is that is on my mind. And so, and from things that my friends have personally told me. So I hate when the higher up doll community accounts are in people's comments saying, give me credit, give me credit. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. One thing that pisses me off is when I see a person who is not black do a black hairstyle on a doll and then tell other people to give them credit.
I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch.
When I say that, I mean, I remember seeing, and this is the one that really, made me want to talk about this, it was a rainbow high doll. They did like, some goddess braids or some bohemian braids on her. They did little curls and stuff like that. It was a very cute hairstyle. And then someone else did it, and then the person was under the comments talking about some give me credit. You want credit for a black hairstyle. You don't own that. Just because you put it on a doll doesn't mean that you deserve credit for that. It's not how that works, in my opinion. It's not. Outfit wise, if you put together an outfit and you're the first person to do it, just because you're the first person to do it doesn't mean that you're the first person to think of it. So don't sit there and go into someone's comments and bully them into giving you credit, because I promise you, if I think of something and I've never seen someone else do it and someone else says that they did it, I'm not giving you credit. I'm not. It's just because I didn't see you do it, so I'm not going to give you credit. I'll say, your outfit was cute, but I'm not giving you credit. So don't think that you're going to bully me into giving you credit, because I will always give credit where credit is due. Another thing I want to talk about is when, once again, the higher up accounts, or, just people in general who either don't edit doll photos or don't post pictures of their dolls, they're always the first ones to go and attack people who do like doll edits. And when I say doll edits, I don't mean like, the little flashing videos and stuff like that. I mean the ones who really take time to edit these backgrounds, do the light fixtures and all that. The people who really take their time to do this. There's always someone in the comments that is trying to be a fucking art critic. And I'm just like, if you don't do it and you can't do better than me, why the fuck are you even talking? Even if you can do better than me, why are you talking? Because to me, that makes you ugly. And I don't mean physically, I mean in the inside, because it's all about being a good person. And so when you sit here and you get online and you feel like it is okay to say negative things to people like that, just because you feel like their art is ugly or you don't like it, sometimes it's always easier to just scroll on by and act like you don't see it. Therefore, protecting that person's feelings, because you don't have to share it all the time. Keep it to yourself. Have y'all not ever heard the fucking saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, do not say it at all? Wait, let me shut up. But also, I'm just gonna talk about this because I just think that it is so funny. There is this cute little TikTok I seen where it said, I love knowing that my name ruined someone else's day. I'm gonna say I like that TikTok because on Twitter, I'm blocked by like half the community, and I kind of like it that way. Personally, I want them to all leave me blocked, because obviously they block me for a reason. A lot of the times people do not know me. They go based off of what either someone else said, or they take something that I said out of context and, create something totally different, which I'm okay with personally, because I'm still pretty, still thriving. So in the end of the day, it doesn't really bother me. Yeah. I think the doll community is on a decline right now. And when I personally say that, I'm saying so many people that I know or that I have spoken to said that they wanted to leave the community because we have created this unhealthy environment where we think that it is okay to bash people and, talk shit about what it is that they're collecting, or, the edit thing. The list goes fucking on. I can name a whole list of why people are wanting to leave. And I think that it is very sad, because this is a community that brought us all together. We have created these friendships and these bonds with so many people because of our love for dolls. Obviously, people outside of the community will never understand what these dolls mean to us. So why are we coming into a community and bullying someone? When we say that we don't want that outside of social media, so why do we get online and do it? And another thing, I hate when people bash people for their opinions, because I don't know if y'all know this, but this is also bullying. If someone doesn't like a doll, you can't fucking make them like it. Sitting there commenting and saying, oh, well, you don't like it because of this and this and this. If I say I don't like it, period. Leave it alone. You don't have to argue with me over my opinion. If you like the doll, that is a good thing. You like the doll. Why do you have to get me to like it? Like, mind you, your personal opinion is not my personal opinion. Leave it alone. It's honestly just very disappointing to see that this is the world that we live in. Obviously, we live in a world with homophobia, transphobia, so forth and so on. Um, Honestly, it's sad when you stop and think about that. That's the fact that we're doing that in our own community. The community that has so much, for one, either trauma or so much love or whatever the case may be. We are a community. We are supposed to be the people who uplift each other. We are the people who know exactly what it feels like to be either bullied or picked on or ridiculed. You know, we are that. So why are we sitting here and doing that to other people in the community who you really don't know anyone else's experience? So when you get online and you say such hurtful things, you could really be the person that pushes the other person over the edge. And I would hate to have that on my hands, and I would hope everyone else would too. I think that people sometimes forget that we are all humans and we have feelings. Whether this is about doll stuff or personal stuff. I mean, the main thing really goes for like celebrities and stuff like that. People will say such hurtful things, based off of a rumor or what someone else said, or whatever the case may be. We live in a world where people think it's okay to say something. They call them ugly. They tell them to KYS, and so forth and so on. And it's been normalized. And it was normalized there, and now it's being normalized in our community, when all we have to really do is put a stop to it in both. And really choose kindness, because kindness is the only thing that really matters in this world. If you don't have kindness, then what do you have? We live in a world that is already filled with hate. We have, like I said, transphobes, homophobes, and there is obviously an ongoing war right now as we speak. So the fact that this has been something way bigger in itself in the community, it's disheartening. Honestly, my advice to everyone is to think of the statement, be the change, because we have so much love as collectors for these dolls, and we see that everyone else can enjoy them too. So I'm just curious why we don't take that into consideration before we start trying to attack people for their opinions or what it is that they collect, or whatever the case may be. I just think that until we all learn what kindness is, that there's going to be a bigger issue in the community. Right now we're dealing with prices going up, other collectors catering to scalping prices, and so forth and so on, which we're going to get into, because the repro mess right now is it's not given. So for those of you who know, and for those of you who don't know, we did just get a pre-order of the Cree Production Wave 2 dolls, which consisted of those dolls. And the release has been a fucking mess, honestly. They released some on Walmart. No, they released some on Walmart and Amazon, and then Mattel Creations. But they have sold out like numerous times and times again. Like the whole Cleo and Deuce 2-pack. Still haven't even got my hands on it because it keeps selling out. And obviously you see other people who are getting more than 3. I'm just curious. Obviously, do what you want with your money. Not gonna, no tea, no shade. It's your money, buy what you want. But to be a collector and not take into consideration other people are trying to get these dolls, and you just... What you doing with all those? Obviously, from the point of view as a collector, I ain't talking about nobody else. If somebody else want 8 dolls, all power to you. But in my personal opinion, as seeing something that's like that in such a high demand, as a collector, I think that the first thing that you should want to do is get 2. One to keep in box, one to keep out of box, or whatever the fuck the case may be. To take into consideration other people, obviously, but don't put everyone else before yourself. If you want, 2, 3, 4, whatever the case may be, go ahead and get that for yourself. But take into consideration, you're not the only person who wants this. And you physically see it. So, I don't know, just be a little more considerate as a collector in the community and see that other people want it too. Plus, when lots of the times that people pre-order these dolls and they get like over 5 or whatever the case may be, a lot of the times we know what they're doing. People sit there and say, well, you never know what they're actually doing. You never know what they're actually doing until you see them listed on Mercari. Or you never know what they're doing until they list it on eBay or Facebook Market. And then they raise the price. Like, come on now. 5 dolls, what you need 5 for? If you're not getting them for your friends or whatever the case may be, and you over here just doing it for the whole resale value of it all, to me, that's just disgusting and it makes you a loser. And that's just my personal opinion. If you don't like it, oh well, cry with the wall. You'll get a better response because you won't get one out of me, okay? People take the word limited and they run with it. And I'm not talking about the repros, I'm just talking about in general. Another way that the community is falling apart is some people take the word limited and then they buy this doll. Like, let's say it was originally like $129 or whatever the case is, and then they don't want it. Mind you, they bought it at retail. Then they wait maybe 2-3 months or whatever, and then you see that person say, you know what, I don't really want this doll. And then they try to sell it for $300-$400. Then you're like, didn't you just buy that at retail? And then they're like, well, you know, it's all about resale value. But you a collector and you know exactly what the struggle is. You want other people to sell shit at retail, but you over here hiking up your own prices. Sounds like to me it's being a hypocrite and catering to the issue. Also, there is a physical form of, you know, bullying that is going on in the community, whether that be people who are behind their accounts where they don't show their faces, and then whenever they do show their faces, people, you know, make fun of them or make them feel, you know, less than. That is something that we are currently dealing with. And I think that it is very sad that people have gained this idea that it's okay to do that, or whenever they see you going back and forth over a doll, keyword a doll, a piece of plastic, something that it's for a child at the end of the day. You see, I mean, you see the same age thing I do. So the fact that you, at your big grown age, is arguing with another person at their big grown age over a doll is kind of crazy. But it's like whenever you take that argument and someone feels so passionate about this doll or this topic, people will go to your account if you have your face posted, or if you post anything about like your family or whatever the case may be, whatever you choose to share. They will take that and they will run that against you in the best way that they can, because they want to get under your skin, because you are under their skin over a doll or over a topic that they feel very strongly about. They think that it is okay to take it from that conversation to something very personal. And I just think that it's very disturbing the way that people will do that. And all I'm gonna say is there is probably a bunch of hotline numbers to, you know, psych wards and stuff like that, because I definitely think those people should be checked into one, because you're arguing over a doll and you also, y'all, my shirt says I'm literally just a girl, because if you a doll, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. But obviously, before I end off, I'm going to do my little closing statement, which is Mattel, really take into consideration who's buying your stuff and take into consideration how you should really treat your fan base. For one, give us enough time between fucking releases. Give us enough time between these motherfucking releases. I don't know, fix your scalpers issue on your website. Figure out a different way to lay out the rollout of selling these dolls, and think of these prices, because we all know how the game works as a designer, because they share a lot of the things with us. As fans, we don't want to spend $75 for one doll every time. It's pushing it. If there are new characters, release them at retail price, obviously. And when I say retail price, I mean, come on now, $30 is a better price. You would probably get more of a sale at $30 if it's a new character than $75 and it's someone else's OC. Because I know that this whole collection is designers' dolls. These are, Lenore is technically Rebecca, so I don't know. Just fuck what I'm saying, right?
Nobody asked you, bold boy.
Hey, Whoopsie, damn.
And obviously, to all my doll collectors and the people who watch this video, always choose kindness and think about the real way that you speak to people, because you genuinely never know what the next person is going through. And really stop attacking people over their fucking opinions. Stop attacking people over what it is that they like to collect or whatever the case may be, because it's just easier to be nice. Like, if you don't agree with somebody, scroll on. You do not always have to make a comment. It is 10 times easier to scroll on by and let that person do what it is that they got to do. If you don't agree, scroll by, block them, do whatever it is. Don't waste your energy and don't waste that person's energy in making them feel bad. It's just very unnecessary. And to all my babes, stay true to who you are, stay true to what you like, and stay true to the things that you want to collect, because at the end of the day, you know what it is that you like and you know what makes you happy. Don't let anyone else fuck up your mood and your energy on, trying to make you feel bad, because there's just no need in it. Positivity starts from within, and if you love what it is that you do, no one else can make you feel bad about that. And, it takes a lot to really take that into consideration when you get online, because there's so much negativity. And I think it's all about the way that you choose to decompress and, get off social media, because at the end of the day, these people don't exist unless you let them. So keep that in mind. And if you haven't already, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on bell notifications to be notified when I post a new video. And guys, stay tuned, because I will be doing so many more repaint videos. That was a very fun video for me. So if you haven't already, go check that out. It was very fun doing that and taking you guys along on that journey with me. But I also want to let you guys know that this year is going to be exciting. It's always exciting whenever you have the opportunity to choose happiness and choose kindness moving forward in your own life, because you shouldn't let everything bother you. You have to persevere and be better for yourself, because you can only be better for yourself, then you can be better for the world, because obviously the world that we live in is such a negative space. So it's always best to be, a light in the dark. So yes, as I said, definitely subscribe, come join the family. I always love to see people, subscribing, and just warms my heart, because I never thought, I'd really get to this point on this platform, because when I started, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not getting any views, I don't have any subscribers, and then I just blew up. And whenever I say that, I mean in the sense of all of you lovely people came to subscribe, and it just means the world to me. So obviously, as always, thank you guys so much for listening to my ass talk. And if there's something that you truly want to do this year, but you are nervous or you feel like you can't do it, push the negativity to the side and attack what it is that you want to do. If you don't know how to repaint, get into the process of doing it. If you don't know how to reroute, get into the process of doing it. If you don't know how to fucking sew, which is
It's hard.
but get into the process of learning it, because you can do anything that you put your mind to whenever you truly want to do that. And so don't let anyone tell you that you can't do that. Don't let anyone dim your light. Don't even dim your own light for others to shine. Don't do that. I learned my lesson from that, and whenever I finally had these opportunities displayed in front of me, I swallowed the nerve and I just gave it my all. And all I'm going to say is it's currently paying off, which you guys will hopefully see more of that in the future. So, but yeah, as I said, shine your light and shine it real bright for everyone to see. And as always, stay beautiful, stay unique, and as always, stay fishy. Bye, mermaids.
Like you, love me like you.